My Hero Academia.
My Hero Academia.
Okay, let me just start off by saying the second he gets out of this arc, it's amazing again. This chapter is great.
Bro, I
want to know if you feel me on that.
I'm this chapter was a
return to form.
It felt, you know how during our One Piece reviews we always say like, wow, this feels like early One Piece, this feels like One Piece. This feels like My Hero Academia right here.
Mm-hmm. Because what is Horikoshi the best at? Fucking his characters just chilling in a school setting and like wholesomeness and like I'm immediately gonna jump to, and we can jump back obviously, but like so the conversation between Todoroki and Deku was exactly what I wanted, and I hope they get more into this. But I love that because remember, what was I kind of saying? I was like, there's gonna be an issue with people thinking that he was lying to them or having two quirks, and I think what Horikoshi's strength really is that like he's so good at making this world that feel real. It just feels like our world, but if people had superpowers. They talk about superpowers like, you know, spraining an ankle or going through puberty. Like, I love how casual he's just like, oh man, do you have two quirks? And he's like, no, you know, they say it's like the thing where, you know, derivation where like it originates, you know, like oh no, my quirk's just kind of going through changes, man. Like, oh, that must have been rough for you, bro. Like, I love how casual the superpower talks are because that is the world they live in. It's just kind of like, dude, were you holding back? Like, no, it's just my quirks being weird. Oh, okay, I get that. You know, like, it's chill. I love how they talk about it, and this is Horikoshi's strength, creating a believable world where these powers and these characters feel real as fuck.
It's, because I was reading this, I was like, oh, Red is going to love this part. He was hoping for it. So so this whole chapter just felt us coming back to what right, so we have you know, the Bakugo being Bakugo, Bakugo, I should say, and that is, I just love it. It's like
if I beat the fuck out of you, it'll come out, right? I love that now that Bakugo knows about the fucking secret, like he's just kind of more and more involved. He's like in the secret meetings with All Might now. He's been initiated, and now he's just being used. And it makes sense, right? Because now that All Might can't use his powers, it makes sense that all right, we'll just bring in Bakugo to train you physically. That's great.
Because one of my funny things about this chapter is just like, oh, Bakugo's here now, so he's a part of our meetings. Cool. Then one thing you just mentioned is just like All Might's like, good, Bakugo's taking control. Great, that's exactly what I need.
Now, so one thing I want to mention is Horikoshi once again doing a phenomenal twist on the rival character. I remember Horikoshi's always done a great job at making you think that Bakugo is going to go down a Sasuke route, but then he doesn't. One of my favorite examples of that is the whole rescue arc. Oh my god, the villains have him. Just kidding, he's not, you know. But then I love this too, where it's like, I love the idea. This is almost like, can you imagine if Kakashi would just brought together Sasuke and Naruto and they fought and like, I know that happened once or twice, but like, it feels so different, right? They're rivals, but they're not like, I hate you kind of rivals anymore, you know, like they're still kind of able to be like chill with each other, and it's such a good breakaway from the norm in that regard. Another thing I wanted to mention too is what you said. I think I love that Bakugo's kind of asking the tough questions that All Might doesn't want to bring up, and one of my favorite moments of this chapter is where he makes the comparison that I have made many times on this channel and in private conversations with people, that Deku is now becoming a lot like One for All, in the sense that he has multiple quirks. Remember, I made that. I was like, people are going to compare him to One for All. Oh, you have multiple quirks? That's very much like that guy that fucking destroyed half a city. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that Bakugo brought that up, and All Might's like, yeah, I did kind of want to say that, but I didn't have the heart to, because that's kind of a fucked up thing to say. I love it. Like, Horikoshi, just everything I wanted him to do, he does in this chapter. It's just return to greatness, bro. I am more and more convinced that this past 30 chapter arc was just a way for him to stall for time, because he was like, fuck, I don't have anything. I've out of ideas. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you noticed, it's on hiatus next week. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So like, no, this is truly like, all right, the stalling's over. I've had enough time to prepare an actual plot line. We're back. Like that's literally what it was. Shorter fucking chapters, hiatus time. No, he was plotting. I swear to God, that's what he was doing.
Hirokoshi's pulling an Oda right now. They're like, okay, Hirookoshi, time for you to take a break, motherfucker. Every other week,
he
break.
took a break without actually taking a break. Like his break was 30 weeks of subpar chapters. Like 30 weeks of chapters that he didn't really have to think about.
The 13-page chapters of every week that we had.
One of
man is sick.
Because it's fucking godly now. Like, look at the godliness, bro.
Oh my god, it's just fucking hilarious how he has us working right now, man. It's just
we were so fucking triggered about the recent chapters, and now it's just like, look at how quickly we hop off of Horikoshi's dick and then hop right back on it, bro.
See, that proves we're not fanboys. We're fanboys, but we're not those type of.
We love him, but we'll leave him when he's done us wrong, and then we'll come on back running.
So I want to bring up Mike's and Aizawa. Right. So
are you talking on him hitting on that lady there?
Mike,
there's like an upper right panel where he's like doing the A to a lady.
But the conversation. So you do know that there is a shipping between these two, correct?
Why can't they just be friends?
There is a
if there is a hint, if there is something in canon that shows me that Aizawa's into that dick, then I will be like, yes, okay. Case in point, in Ruby, Rooster Teeth's Ruby and Weiss want to pounce on each other and fuck till the cows come home. I am aware of this, and I do not deny it. I need proof. Aizawa, unless you want to like take the he's not interested in. Remember who was that one chick that was like really into him, and he was like, "Fuck off, please."
You know what
I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't remember her name.
Maybe people are like, he's gay, confirmed.
Because there's like a huge shipping follow. Like one of my best friends follows the ship like heavily. She loves it.
Where do you draw the line between actual plausibility and the people that just ship any characters that are like generally like each other?
Here's my thing, right? I will joke about people's ships, right? I will joke about hating ships, right? But at the end of the day, I don't care who.
No, I don't either.
Who.
Yeah.
I think even the Bakugo Uraka ship, I fucking hate it. But if you like that shit, more power to you.
I will be honest,
right?
That one gets me extra disgusted because it seems like to promote like abusive relationships. I'll be honest, like when you're into the bad like the I love it. I love Aizen Orihime. I love it when my man pins me down to the ground, chokes me, and calls me a whore. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you okay?
This man is going through a bunch of Tumblr fanfics right now, bro.
No, and these are typically they're the same women that are like toxic masculinity, but I want my man to call me a fucking bitch. Like, okay, choose. What do you want? Do you want us to be manly toxic men, or do you want us to be frissy little like, oh, we love everybody and we're what do you want? What do you want from us?
So my thing is with the whole thing is, from what I've heard from it, is that people like the Bakugo versus Uraka ship because Uraka Uraka completes Bakugo because he's like a rowdy rough boy, and Uraka can she's strong enough to calm that down. Right? Like
people treat relationships like it's chemistry. Like, okay, if I put a little bit of an acid and a little bit of a base, they'll counteract each other and make water or some shit. Like, that's not how fucking relationships work. Like, you don't have you don't take complete opposites and maybe I should ship Hitler and a Jew. Like, yeah, that'll work. Like, that's not how fucking relationships work. You don't just take opposites and it'll work. Like, you gotta have some shit in common.
Because the fan comments I've seen, it just shows like Uraka like standing her ground against Bakugo, like his like rough, like because it's like a
dick, bro. Like literally, what I think of is Uraka when she's like, usually she stands her ground against Bakugo, and then the second Bakugo leaves, she's like, oh my god, like that's still like that's fear, bro. Like why do they want her to be in fear?
I I don't know.
If anyone who would be good for Bakugo, like I still like, you know what I like a lot better is the one he fought, the fucking Buggy the Clown powered bitch from Class B. Like, I don't know why I called her a bitch. That was unnecessarily aggressive of me. She seems like a nice lady. That'd be great. Bakugo needs a woman like his mom. Honestly, I'll be.
Oh shit! Red's on the tip of that line right now.
What?
The fan figures are the fans are putting their pens ready. They're ready to write that fanfic. Bakugo and his mom.
No. So, well, like, I'm trying to remember. Is it Freudian? Like, there's a famous psychologist that like hypothesizes that girls look for guys that remind them of their dad, and guys look for girls that remind them of their mom.
I think that's legit. I think that's legit.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, I think if there's any legitimacy to that, Bakugo's gonna look for some crazy fucking hot-headed woman, which would be marvelous.
Yang. Anyway,
what a strange ship, Bakugo and Yang from Ruby. Honestly, it'd probably work. I'll be honest. Okay, moving on. Now, I need to discuss something. No. Whatever you're saying is no. Cease. No. No. Nuh-uh. Done. I need to. It's not more important. Whatever you're saying, mine is more important. What is happening? Right. What is happening to Mineta?
Oh, he's electric chair, bro. No,
he's being Clockwork Oranged, bro. You've never watched Clockwork Orange, have you?
He's being forced to watch something, bro.
Yeah, no, do you know what Clockwork Orange is?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Do you know the scene in like that they're referencing here?
No.
There's a scene in Clockwork Orange where they're showing him like this crazy fucking video. I don't remember what's in the video, but they literally like pry his eyelids open so that he can't look away. That's like what's happening here.
Like, it's funny because Mina's the only one who's doing this. She's feeling some type of way.
Yes, she is indeed feeling some type of way, Thurman, because she was sexually harassed, as we mentioned last video. Now, I do want to bring up...
Oh, great.
My headcanon for this is that she's showing him, like, a fucking sexual harassment training video, and, like, what's okay and what's not. Have you been sexually harassed at work or school?
All that would do was make him stronger.
Well, yeah, do you notice he's rejecting it with the very core of his being? He's like, no, it's lies!
This man Mineta.
I'm not a criminal. I'm just a curious growing boy.
This man Mineta is completely fucking... He is the one who'll be able to beat Kaido.
He runs by his dick. Like, his brain is not a function, bro. Like, he's fully dick-driven. Have you seen the hentai where like he uses the grapes to like stick himself to the fucking butt cheeks and just like have a great grip and just like
I have never seen that before.
Bro, well, I mean, because he's so small, bro. So like he fucking uses his grapes to like latch onto the ass and just like
Oh wow. Impressive. Imagine using your quirk for sexual activity. Wow,
that's the best part about My Hero, bro. Like you can imagine all of these quirks for sexual activity.
That's so true.
Like, remember rotating fucking limb guy?
Oh my god! I
was like, that man is popular with the ladies. Like, think about it. He could rotate his fucking tongue, bro.
More than that, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, but I thought tongue, fingers, whatever, and penis.
Because I saw a post about that on Facebook. He was like, "What was a female poster was like? What his dick feels like?" Yeah. I was like, "Whoa,
that's amazing." Okay, so we get some interest. See, there's so much information. Unlike all these other chapters, there's like a lot of shit to talk about, right? Okay, so Tetsu and
go back.
No, hold on.
Before you do that,
what?
Before we do that, I have to do this right here. Tokoyami with the fucking mushroom girl over here, shipping it.
The new ship.
Shipping it, bro.
You know what I like about this is that, but like, I don't know if you noticed, mushroom girl, she isn't into Tokoyami, she's into hawks. She's like, hey, you got any of them nudes of hawks, bro?
Bro, that's to stick it in. It's funny too, because it's just like, yesterday she tried to kill me, tried to choke me, but now she's talking to me.
Dude, yesterday she put mushrooms in his throat, bro.
Bro, yesterday she put mushrooms in my throat.
And now I'm going to put my mushroom in her throat.
I'm going to put the dark shadow on her.
This is our best video ever. Okay. Let's see, like, Horikoshi, if you're watching, and I know you are, it's not like you have anything else better to do. I mean, come on, you got a hiatus. Let's go. But anyway, I'm kidding, by the way. Horikoshi, do you see what it does when you make good chapters? You give us good content. And we all know that's the most important thing, is us having good content.
Us having good content. Matters.
Disclaimer, I am joking. Anyway, let's see here. So, no, I wanted to talk about Tetsu and Kirishima here. I love the little, like, clarification on the differences. Like, we're getting more, like, into, like, how their powers work, and I love that. And, like, what the differences are between their power. Whereas, you know, he can withstand heat because he's metal, but Kirishima's harder because the more he gets hit, the more hard he gets. So those are, like, the subtle differences between their hardening quirks. And I like that little detail because it kind of finally differentiates them and makes them not just clones of each other, and I love that.
Man, I've always liked both because Tetsu did more than Kirishima did, to my knowledge, in that fight. So
no, I think, but I love that they both they're kind of like differentiating themselves. That's really cool. Also, just this shot of like Class A and B hanging out together. Like once I saw that A and B were all hanging out together, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a perfect Horikoshi chapter, bro. That makes me happy.
So it's a given. If when Monoma is not there, harmony is restored. He's like the fire. Harmony. His presence alone is the Fire Nation.
Bro, when Monoma is not there, the harmony returns.
Bro, he is no. Bro, perfect Avatar reference, right? Monoma himself is the Fire Nation. That girl who has the big hands is the Avatar.
All right. I know it'd be too obvious, but I now want Monoma to be the traitor. Like, yes, it was I. No one expected this, and everyone's like, we all pretty much expected this.
We all knew.
I should have known. Oh my god!
It's
so we
crazy.
Have some Todoroki shit, and he's texting his dad like, "Yo, Dad, I want you to teach me some fire shit, bro. That's awesome."
Bro, I was waiting for Endeavor to do some fucking like my dad. He goes to the building. He's like, my son finally texted me. Look.
Oh my god. No, but I mean, Endeavor's being that cocky bitch, like, haha, he's finally learning shit from me. Finally.
I was expecting a sitcom moment. He's like, my son finally texted me. Look, villain, look.
I'm a good dad, see? Don't listen to the news. Now, also, we see this little shot of them basically double confirming that, mind control, bro. Shinso, yes. Shinso is going to go to one of the classes, so that's cool. And we, like the conversation you mentioned earlier, Eraserhead, it kind of reminds him of him in his youth, which is interesting. But yeah, they definitely have a really close relationship, these two, and I think, because we saw that thing where Present Mike, I almost said Killer Mike. Present Mike helped Eraserhead come up with his hero name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because he had some boring bullshit at first because it's Eraserhead and everyone's Aizawa, he doesn't give a fuck, and he was like, no, this is cooler. So yeah, that's pretty cool that they clearly have that thing. Now back to Eri and my boy, quickly becoming my favorite character, Monoma. Now I want to read to you the best line in this entire series. Okay. Unfortunately, the combination of Eri's delicate mental state and Monoma's everything would be pretty terrible. I don't know did you read Jaimimi's? Because the manga streams literally says the combination of Eri's delicate mental state and Monoma's ... everything.
Monoma existence is too much.
Yeah, he's like, listen, man, we can't put Monoma in the same room as a mentally traumatized little girl.
UA's dark side.
Yeah, oh yeah, and then I love how it's the dark face of UA, and he's like, what are you talking about? It's like, no, and then Mirio's like, no, it's true, that's what I called you.
during the code professor, I taught her that you were the dark side of UA.
Just like you said, bro. He's the dark side of UA. He's the best. I love him.
Lemillion teaching Eri right, bro. Teaching her.
He's like, fucking avoid him at all costs. So I love that we learn a bit more about his quirk here, and it makes sense, right? Like, listen, like quirks that involve storing power, I get the ability to store the power, but I don't get the stored power, right? So with Ares, he doesn't have the stored power from her horn. With Deku's, he doesn't have the generations of stored power from One for All, and with the example he gave of Fat Gum, he wouldn't have had the stored fat. So anything that involves having to store up power, he doesn't get that because he only gets the ability to use the power, which he doesn't have because he can't store it. So that's interesting. And I like that. By the way, let's not forget, what was my fucking prediction when Monoma first... Back when we first saw that Monoma was paired up with Deku, I was like, if Monoma uses that quirk, he will explode. What did I fucking say? And then Deku down here, it's like, oh god, he would have exploded.
I'm calling it, bro. I'm telling you, man, you called it. You were just fucking on that shit, right? I was like, oh god, Red called this shit too.
Thank you.
Is he secretly sending emails to Hiro Horikoshi right now?
See, Thurman, you're one step off. I am Horikoshi.
Yeah. So why did you give us 30 chapters? Dude,
listen, man, it's been a rough patch. Okay, I'm backing off of that. Horikoshi's my pen pal. I'll go with that one. No, I'm just awesome. That's what I'll go with. Let's see here. But, so, Eri, they have another cute, Deku is the best dad moment with Eri here. And basically he just kind of reaffirms his whole, like, just like she wants to master her power to help people, I want to master my power to help people, and the chapter ends. And that's basically Horikoshi being like, okay, time to start that good shit again. And that's where we leave off. Thoughts?
13 page.
Yeah, I bet you next chapter we're going to get back to the normal shit again, bro. I almost guarantee it. It's going to be like nothing ever changed. It's going to be like that middle arc was just, you know, like this is going to be the Fullbringer arc of My Hero Academia. Everyone's going to forget this arc existed. Everyone's going to be like, what arc? What are you talking about? It went right from Gentle Criminal to this arc. Obviously, nothing happened in the middle.
So is the Endeavor stuff a part of this arc or no?
Nah. I have a controversial opinion. I wasn't even a big fan of the Endeavor stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of boring to me.
Actually, that's not really a controversial opinion. A lot of people didn't like the Endeavor stuff.
But no, but a lot of people didn't like it because they were like, I don't want Endeavor to have a redemption. I just find Endeavor incredibly boring.
So you like it for for opinionated reasons. They were
SJW-ish about it. I just thought it was a boring arc and a generally boring fight. It was mostly just a flashy fight, but it wasn't really an interesting fight.
See, no matter what you say about Black Clover, at least we don't have SJWs crowding it.
Soon, my friend. You cannot escape from them.
I get no. What are they going to complain about? Charmy eats too much?
No, they're going to complain about that scene where all I know is I've seen a thumbnail where Asta fucking face plants into some boobs, and they'll be like, they'll find a way.
Oh, you saw that?
I just saw a thumbnail of Asta just in some boobs, and I'm like, jealous. God damn it.
That's so funny.
He doesn't deserve that.
Oh, yes, he does.
He does not.
Yes, he does.
All right, next video. Does Asta deserve dem titties?
Remember that?
No predictions, bro. What's the next arc gonna entail? Where are we going from here?
I don't know. Predictions are for those who don't go on break.
Too bad. You're predicting.
I honestly don't know, man. I'm hyped.
We're finally at a new horizon. It's like when they're going to a new island in One Piece, you know? It's like, where are we going from here? What's the next fucking arc gonna entail, you know?
Probably some plot shit.
Give me my League of Villains.
Or Gentle Criminal escapes.
It's probably too early for Gentle Criminal, which makes me sad, but I need him in my life.
Oh,
Do you
man.
think it's possible for me to cosplay Gentle Criminal? Like, he's too old looking. I don't think I could pull it off.
You can pull it off. You can pull off any cosplay. It's not that,
But mustaches are hard.
Buy a fake one.
I don't look good in mustache.
Buy a fake one.
I do want to be gentle really bad, though. And I want to pour tea like a jackass.
Yay!
Remember, that was one of my favorite things about Gentle Criminal, was his whole fucking tea thing. He's like, ha-ha! He's always missing. Oh, I miss him. Anyway, I'm hyped. Great chapter. And with that,
peace.